Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that everybody asks and everybody's thinking, like how do I get an idea to start a business? How do I identify a problem that I can maybe solve and sell that to people and businesses so I can make money? I think that's one of the biggest things that we struggle and prevent us from starting, and certainly that was one of the things that also prevented me from starting a business. Like, what do I do? Where do I start? Today in this video we're going to talk about that and some simple ways that you can use to find an idea. So the first way to find an idea or find a gap in the market is to start looking into forums. And when I say forums, start looking into anything where people are talking about a specific topic and see what are they complaining about or what are they struggling about. So there's a bunch of ways that you can do that. There are websites like Facebook where you can go into Facebook groups and see what people are talking about in those groups and what are they complaining about. Reddit, for example, is also a good community where you can find, I know there's a lot of noise in Reddit, but there are specific groups that you can go in there and you can find people discussing about specific topics. Just have a look at what are they complaining and what they are struggling with. Hacker News is also very popular in tech. There are a bunch of communities out there that you can find information for. For me, even if you go into tech-specific groups like people using, let's say, Gmail or people using Google Docs or Sheets, going to those groups and see what people are complaining about and what are they struggling with, and you can find ideas from that. So can you make a product out of that? Can you sell it to enough people? Is that something that you can solve? For me, it has worked. For example, one of my products, LicenseBot, which allows licenses for products, it came from a tech forum where people were complaining about how hard it was to prevent their apps to be copied from one another, to be cracked or pirated. So that's when I started that product, and it has worked really well, and it was for a forum people complaining about. The second option to find an idea or a gap in the market is look at your 9-to-5 job. So look into, for example, anything that you see people are doing on paper or doing in PDFs. Look into what people are storing in there, what are they scanning, what are they doing still paper, and for that specific problem. That's something that you can tackle into and see if it is maybe a potential product or something that you can make it digital or something that you can provide. Is there a specific product that you can build out of that? Maybe a specific service that people are struggling with in your company too. That's an idea maybe that you can explore into, like, are they complaining about specific photography or making videos, or is there something that you can look around and see if you can fill that gap with your skills that you have. The third option is to look into other products out there or potential competitors or something that you are a fan of or something that you actually use, let's say, and what people are complaining about that product. What is missing about that product that you can then build something that can complement that product maybe, or something that can increase the value of that specific product, or that maybe you can fill a gap about that specific functionality for that product or that specific service. Maybe it is a service that you are getting from somebody else and maybe you think that there is something that can be done to make it better or to complement. Then maybe you can start something around that and build a specific audience. The idea is that because you are tackling a specific product that is already established, there is an audience already that you can target and go after if you create something that complements that other thing or adds value. Think about a company that provides wedding services and that company is struggling with the videography side of things. Then maybe you can, if you like videos, then maybe you can complement that video with something more professional, for example, that maybe potential couples will like. If there is a specific product or digital product out there that you are using, then maybe you can complement it with an add-on or something to make it better. That's the idea. It's to look into specific gaps that other products have or services that maybe you can fill in. The fourth option is to identify market trends or technological advances. Let's say, is there something that technically is changing that you can maybe jump on and do something maybe that has already been done, but maybe you can do it now differently because there's a different technology that allows you to do it differently. So out of the blue, for example, let's say artificial intelligence, AI. So right now there's a boom around AI and there's a lot of things coming out of AI. There's a technological change going on right now, and you can maybe go in there and see, is there something that you can make better using AI and provide a service around that. So that would be like identifying a trend and trying to use that specific knowledge around solving a problem, or solving a problem that already has a solution, but maybe there's something better that can be created using AI, for example. Let's do one thing. Let's say, for example, Amazon Echo, Alexa, Google Home, like these speakers, for example, right? You can ask things and they can answer. Imagine that you can do something similar but using AI, for example. And then because AI is more conversational, and then those products will be better if they can actually have a conversation with those devices. The other option is identifying specific gaps that come and they develop because something changed in the market, or something changed around the environment, or something has changed. Let's say, for example, a specific new law or a new requirement that maybe companies have to follow because that's a new policy. Let's say an environmental change, or let's say a privacy change around privacy laws. And then, for example, some companies have to adapt and they need to track a specific set of information now. So those are changes around the environment, and that business have to comply. So that's also an opportunity there. Think about, for example, when a new regulation was launched in Europe around GDPR, which is for protecting consumer rights and protecting their privacy. When that was launched, now a lot of online businesses have to comply with a number of things, a number of documents, and a number of regulations. Then there are services that people are providing right now to help companies become compliant, for example. So that's something that came out of a regulation or a law that was launched. So that's something also that you can keep an eye into and identify those gaps. So hopefully these ones help you out, and thanks again for staying until the end. Remember to subscribe to keep getting videos like this. Thank you.